On this week's breaking news, LEGO wraps up its Comic-Con run with some great new reveals. We have a ton of new sets coming out August 1st, and the Fantastic Four might get another set here. All that and much more on this week's breaking news. Today's episode is brought to you by Back to Brickware, my newest venture into the AFL merchandise, the ultimate LEGO-inspired clothing line that's not just fashionable, but also celebrates the very foundation of the LEGO system we all know and love. Imagine minimalist designs that seamlessly blend style and nostalgia. Back to Brickware brings you high-quality apparel inspired by the iconic LEGO bricks we know and love. Each piece is crafted with precision and attention to detail, making it a must-have for any LEGO enthusiast. These aren't just your average threads. We're talking about minimalist designs that don't scream at you, but just show your nerddom in a classy way. And of course, they're inspired by designs found in the LEGO system. And you know what screams quality? Embroidery. Almost every piece is stitched with love, featuring those iconic LEGO elements. It's like wearing your childhood memories, but making them fashionable. So whether you're a hardcore AFL or just want to rock some seriously cool gear, check out the Back to Brickware page on Etsy. Dive into the collection, embrace the LEGO spirit, and let's make some memories together. Back to Brickware, where the style meets nostalgia. Head over to the Back to Brick Etsy page and let the fashion adventure begin. Happy building, my friends.
Breaking news.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Back to Brick. I'm your host Garrett, and this is the podcast where we talk with fellow AFLs about their LEGO designs, and we get down to the breaking news to talk about all things LEGO's been up to for the past week. Thank you all for tuning into this week's podcast episode. I really appreciate it, and especially I appreciate if you could subscribe, so the more people that follow and the more people that give reviews or support to this podcast means that more and more people might be able to find it and keep up with the latest LEGO news. Also, if you really want to support, you can go over to Patreon and become a patron, where a lot of people have come to support the Back to Brick brand and myself continuing to build, and we'll move forward and try to do our best to continue in the effort of providing LEGO and the best LEGO news, as well as just being honest about what LEGO has been doing. On the admin side, two things. One, I will be at Brick Fair, Virginia this weekend. So if you're coming or in the area, come over and stop by and say hi. I've got a couple of my Star Wars mocks that I just recently did, and I'll just be kind of walking around. I'll have some challenges that I'm trying to complete, but I'm excited to go. It's always fun once a year to go to something like this. I hope to go to more this next coming year, and then I get to enjoy making new friends, seeing old friends, and just enjoying a LEGO convention, which if you haven't gone to one, this is a fun one to go to if you're in the area or traveling to the DC area for this. So I'm excited to see all those people. And second, I got a new job. I accepted a position at Universal Studios this past week. I'm very excited about it. It is going to be tough going back to a 9-to-5 job, but I think that it's going to be good for me. Give me some more structure, some structured time to do my LEGO things, which I think is going to be very helpful to really engage and get, well, focused, because I'm terrible at focus, but I'm excited for this position, which means we're going to be moving. So I'm already in the process of packing up as much LEGO as I possibly can. It's not easy, and I need a lot more saran wrap, but it's a new adventure, new chapters, so I'm looking forward to it, and I'll keep you up to date as we continue to move forward to, well, get into a move. Now, at the end of the episode, we will talk about, of course, our set reviews. The first one is, well, because of a latest movie, set 76316, the Fantastic Four versus Galactus construction figure set. And then our Rubricable mock will be the Confrontation on the Weathertop by Grinch_AFL's Welcome. And it's from the Lord of the Rings. If you don't know, well, then you need to go watch Lord of the Rings again. Other than that, let's get into this week's first breaking news story. LEGO revealed some new Brickheadz. This one is aligned with Fortnite. We've got Adventure Peely and Cuddle Team Leader. It's a 2-pack set for $20 and actually coming out on August 1st. So kind of a late entry, but for any of those Brickheadz fans as well as Fortnite fans, this one is going to be a nice win at 258 pieces. It does have some printed pieces, and the banana style of Adventure Peely is pretty fun in the Brickheadz form for that. The gift with purchase is back in stock that was exclusive during May the 4th, and it seems that they've changed their mind. The Star Wars Camino training facility is back for you to purchase. That comes with the 3 minifigures, and it goes through August 2nd, so if you have anything that you need to get, at the August 1st release, which we'll talk about through that list. This is something you can get if you spend $160 or more on Lego Star Wars. There are quite a few Lego Star Wars sets coming out, and if you don't have this set, it's fun. I'd say it's more of a collection piece if you like the gifts with purchase. I did buy something on Rebrickable to kind of make it a little bit better, but overall, just a 190-piece set with 3 clone figures and a couple little buildable and a ship to it. But gift with purchase is a gift with purchase. I did a whole video on Lego Hallmark ornaments, and it seems that Lego's not done with Hallmark. They've just kind of slowed down, as they only have 2 new ones coming out. It's a minifigure of a girl and boy, and it's the brick suit guy and brick suit girl. So the girl has the blue brick with a little 1x1 plate red brick, and then alternate for the guy with a red brick suit, and then a 1x1 plate blue brick. And that's it. So not a huge change. I'm still going to want to get some of the retired ones that I haven't got yet, so that's on the list for this year. I'll have to send those over. And Hallmark is never cheap, and especially even if they're retired, that's even more expensive for the minifigure ornaments like that. Lego Masters Season 5 has come to an end. Sage and Ian were the crowd winners and had an epic final build, and they talked about their wizarding theme, our story, and they won $100,000, a Lego trophy, as well as the title of Lego Masters Season 5 champions. And, it's an end to Lego Masters in the United States. We already going to be losing our host, Will Arnett, and we're going to get, Season 6 and see what that's happening, because, it's completely changed, and I've already talked about how I hated the experience for that. And, good for them for designing some cool things, but overall, it's a total shit show. Lego just wrapped up their San Diego Comic-Con weekend. Lego's booth was a big hit for a lot of people with some really cool posters, and the meta version of actually seeing the convention center built in Lego with all the different booths and different things. And so many fun things were revealed and shown off at the booth. One in particular, as we all know, is the Game Boy, which is going to be a huge hit. I actually saw a video of it in the gym on TV when I was trying to get away from Lego. It's a little meme that I throw up. And that has a $60 price tag at 421 pieces, coming out October 1st, so a little bit farther away. The Arkham Asylum, which is a new DC direct-to-consumer set, which looks great, and especially at, I think there's like 15 minifigures or something crazy. We had some Wicked sets, and the Stranger Things 4-part Brickheadz. They even had some fun buttons, and people got to do some builds and display their fandom there. And even some really fun X-Men comics. They were giving out posters of a giant-size X-Men, a Marvel Comic 00, 68 big pages, the Lego magazine. They had their Ninjago panel talking about the latest changes and additions that they're doing for the new Ninjago Legends monstrosity and their different journeys that they're going to do. And then they did the panel of Lego Masters for this year, which is pretty cool to go and see. And it was moderated by Beyond the Brick, which they seem like nice guys. Interesting background and career that they've gone through, but it's really cool to be moderators for the San Diego Comic-Con panel for Lego Masters. So seems like a great time. No real big exclusive sets. They just had those pins as well as the posters. So that's new. I don't know if I like it or not, but it's definitely doesn't give me FOMO that I didn't really miss a ton that I have to now go to eBay and buy. Nike and Lego Fall Collection is coming out very soon, and unfortunately, it's kid-oriented. They've got these new jackets, kind of bomber jackets, or like Letterman jackets that are in red with the Lego logo, or the Lego brick and the Nike check mark. Even on the back, it says Master Builders Championship Athlete. They've got some t-shirts and a bucket hat with a little pack on the side of it, and some t-shirts, some shorts, and backpack even, and all really oriented towards kids. Even socks and a basketball that is like Lego form, which that is pretty cool. I like the basketball, but all of this is for kids, nothing for adults. So what else is there really going to be? We also have the shoes that are coming here soon, the Nike Air Max DNs at $155, so those will probably sell out pretty quick, and they're ugly as hell, but that's part of the shoe game. Collecting is collecting. All right, August 1st, this means a ton of sets are on the way. I'm going to run through them. It's going to take a minute because there are so many that we have to get through. Animal Crossing, we get 3 Blather's Museum Collection, Creative House Seasons of Fun, and Goldie's Cozy House. The Animal Crossing sets have more and more brickheads, and the Animal Crossing sets have more and more figures, but the builds themselves are kind of eh. The architecture set, this castle I can never pronounce, Nashquinstein Castle, $280, and it is a beautiful build. I love that they're doing more and more castles. I didn't get the Japanese castle, but this one is definitely on the list for that. 2 botanicals, the hibiscus and mini bonsai trees. The mini bonsai trees are pretty cool. We've got some brickheads coming, which we already said were the Peely and Bear, and now we also have One Piece, which is the big thing for this month. The Monkey D. Luffy and Buggy the Clown. And then city sets, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The best ones, I think, are the Arctic Train and the Arctic Truck. They even have another plane to add on and a dozer. Creator sets. Beautiful Horse, Haunted Mansion, Medieval Horse Knight Castle, Majestic Rhino with Birds, Tropical Toucan, Retro Telephone, and Unicorn Castle. The Haunted Mansion is pretty fun. They did this a while ago, and it's nice to see it come back. As a 3-in-1 is interesting, but 3-in-1s are always just the most technically creative, I think. For DC is the Batman Forever Batmobile, and this is the first time I've seen it in this, and it's a bigger build at $100. That's a pretty big build. Dreams is launching 5 new sets, and most of them are the Mechs creative exclusive sets. One is the arcade machine, which I think is cool, the Altar of the Dead, Jack-o'-lantern pickup truck, and Halloween wreath, so really focused on Halloween coming up. Fortnite, the biggest one, the Mecha Team Leader. Massive mech with a big bear head. Friends has insane amount. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 sets coming out, and all really creative in their different techniques and designs, and really, really cool. Gabby's Dollhouse, new sets, new series, terrible movie coming out. Apparently it's a show. I don't really know because I'm not that young, even though I watch Bluey all the time. Mermaid Gabby's Aquarium Adventure, and the Sweet Treat Mountain and Kitty Garden. Sure. Transformers, an icon set. We're getting Transformers Soundwave, not Megatron, which I'm guessing is next, but really cool that it folds up and you can have 2 little cassette tapes go into the boombox / cassette player, that is. Lego Ideas, we've got the Italian Riviera. This is a fun little set. Kind of a standalone, but if you are really interested in the Italian Riviera collecting the Ideas sets, this is one of them. Marvel, we're getting a total of 8 sets. Specifically, one that they held off was the Iron Spider-Man bust. That's interesting, and especially at the price, it's very, very expensive for that. And the Quinjet, but the biggest one I think is going to be the subway car with Spider-Man for a lot of people. Minecraft, we're getting the Pillager Outpost and Ravager and the Enderman Tower. Ninjago, we're getting 8 new sets as well. I have no idea what to talk about those because I don't know Ninjago, but I know it's just primarily mechs. One Piece, this is the big launch of this month. And in Lego, we've got the Windmill Village Hut, the Buggy the Clown Circus Tent, Battle of the Arlong Park, the Going Merry Pirate Ship, and the Variety Floating Restaurant. And the ship looks great. I love the minifigures, and it's definitely fun. I need to watch some of the anime because I watched the live action, which is more based on. I think a lot of people are really interested in this. Sonic the Hedgehog, we've got 2 sets there. Speed Champions, we've got 4 of probably the worst Speed Champion sets in a while. Star Wars, and we're getting 9 for this. My biggest ones are going to be the K2SO, the UCS ATST. We do get the MTT, and the worst set in a long, long time and has but a ton of controversy is the Republic Juggernaut ship. Is the Republic Juggernaut, which if you haven't seen anything on it, you should go check that out. Super Mario sets, we're getting 8 new sets with different cars for Super Mario Kart. Technic sets, we're getting 7 new. There's a new Rover, a backhoe. We even get a Technic Bronco to go with it. And Wednesday, our final set is a Black Dahlia flower. Whew. That was a lot. I hope that you caught all that, and just go to your store or go online on August 1st, get all those sets. Seems like Mattel is stepping up their game and getting some licensing for their Brickshop, which we already saw that they've done their own IP for Hot Wheels, but they just got the DC license, which means that we're going to get some builds from the DC universe made out of their Brickshop bricks. Now, there's questions of what they'll just do for Lego, and honestly, nothing. It's just going to be some competition because the licensing, they can dish out as much as they want to whoever they want. That's why Lego has Disney, and Disney is all over other places as well, because, well, it's more money for Disney for that. So that is definitely an area that they are going to see some competition. Probably get some more over there that we haven't seen. Star Trek could be something. Who knows? There's a plethora of opportunities for Brickshop to come in and really create some competition. The Fantastic Four just came out, and we're going to be talking about one of the latest sets that is coming out for this, and it looks like we might get some other set for it, where they've come out with a Lego build poster, and it actually shows some new characters on it. One specifically is Herbie, is a little figure. It looks almost like a buildable figure that you get in the store, but it has the 1x1 tile with a Fantastic Four logo, but also the Fantastic Four vehicle, the flying car that they have. It's a nice design. It really reminds me closely of what it is in the movie, but not exactly. But maybe we'll get this as a set. Who knows? They don't usually do sets for if it's a one set or two set movie, one after the movie. So it's more likely it was just kind of built for that poster. But who knows? Maybe retro engineered to have that, and maybe it will become a set soon. We've got some rumors already for the Lego art series. One is the Japanese cherry blossom landscape. It's going to be $140, and it probably will have like a cherry blossom tree overhanging three-dimensionally over like a watered area or something in a garden setting. Really could be a fun three-dimensional art that they've done previously, really leaning into the cherry blossoms as they're, well, beautiful and really a fun addition to the art series that will be. Minecraft, we're also getting some 2026 rumors with the Pale Garden to a Wither. So these are some new additions that we haven't seen often enough. They've got a zombie garden, a fox, a microbiome, biomass, and so many other sets that are coming. Just, constant rumors flowing out to see exactly what it will be. For fans of the K2SO, they're actually going to be doing a signing event in New York City. On August 4th, you can head over to the Lego store on 5th Avenue from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m., and the designer Peter Carmichael will actually be there to hand sign some of them. You can take pictures and really ask him some questions about the design. And honestly, I just asked him why he has such shifty eyes, if there could have been just printed tiles to do some of that. But if not, if you don't want to do that, then you can just appreciate it and get a fun signed box and maybe even some pieces if you want to do that. Instead, open it up and have them sign, which I think would be really cool as well. Lego is rumored to do a new area for the Aristocats. The Aristocats is supposed to be a, air quotes, live action style film, so they'll do an animated thing, same as they did for like Lion King and Mufasa, and Lego might be doing some sets for it. I love the Aristocats. What a classic, fun little film. Nothing like... it does have a little things that they're going to need to change, some cultural appropriation, but still fun little movie. And everybody does want to be a cat, and maybe they'll bring those kind of cats into a Lego form. And finally, our biggest news of the week, rumors about the Death Star. It's going to be the first $1,000 set and coming out probably in November timeframe. And it's not looking good for us fans, as it's not going to be a full sphere. It's going to be half a sphere. So think about an orange, cut it in half. That's all you got. Now, it looks like it's going to be more so display sections, similar to dioramas that we've seen. We're going to get a lot of minifigures have already been leaked. There even has been some air-quoted leaked images. I'm going to guess that they're more AI-based and look to be leaks. I just don't know. I mean, of course, we don't know. We don't know what it looks like. This is all just rumor based on what people have, which means that some land members probably already have it and are leaking some of these over just periods of time until it leads up to the actual reveal. And I'm interested to see. I'm excited to have another Death Star come out. I love the brick built Death Star 2 that I have. And the scenes are iconic from a Death Star. Maybe they'll have from 1 and 2. Who knows? But $1,000, I'm only getting half a sphere. It better be a good half a sphere, and it better have a lot of detail instead of just having some random pieces to build the sphere, because they already did the displays before in the $450 set. So double that. Let's make sure that it's worth it. All right, everyone, that's all I have for this week's breaking news. Thank you again for tuning into this week's podcast, and make sure to come back next week. I'm going to do a deep dive into my time at Brick Fair, Virginia, and I'll be doing a bunch of videos. I'm going to do some challenges. Maybe I'll find all of the Mickey minifigures, or try to collect up all the dimension sets that I haven't got. There's a lot of challenges that I can do. It just comes down to, well, if I if I can do it, because it's a long weekend, but you never know what people are going to grab before you, and well, it's expensive. That's just how it is. But I'm excited for that, and I'll hope to see some of you there. All right, now let's move into our set reviews. Our first set is set 76316. It's the Fantastic Four versus Galactus construction figure. It's a 9+ set at 427 pieces. You'll get 390 insiders points, and it has a rating of 4.5 stars by 28 reviewers, and it'll cost you $60. Now, this is including 4 minifigures and then the buildable Galactus. 4 minifigures, of course, are Sue Storm, Johnny Storm, Ben, and Reed Richards. I always forget Ben's last name, but you can also go by Mr. Fantastic, the Invisible Girl, Human Torch, and the Thing, and which they don't really talk about that too much in the movie itself. Now, there are some caveats to what I think about the set. One in particular, they're all minifigures, and Reed Richards doesn't have any changes to him to make him stretchy. He just has an extra couple bricks that you can make his legs that look longer and bigger. And then the Thing, Ben, has an eyebrow piece, which is very iconic to the comics as well as the movie, and then some punching hands like they use on like the brick built Hulk or Infinity Gauntlet style. And that's about it, even though he's, a lot bigger because he's a big rock guy. But they try to stick, I think, towards just the minifigure style. And then Galactus is pretty large scale. It has some fun flat feet and a really big kind of torsoed section that has like cockpits to make its I don't really know what you'd call it, like armored kilt, I guess you'd say. And then the head itself is printed tiles, and it is larger than life. I would have, I think, rather had it in like a large scale brick built minifigure, which people have done on Rebrickable, but they do this as brick built figures. At $60 for 4 minifigures, not a terrible thing, especially because if you're a big Fantastic Four fan, these are fun additions. They do have Johnny with his flame on, but he doesn't turn into flame. That'd be cool if they had a separate minifigure for that. But I wish they had some transparent, like, mold section, because he does fly, so why not try to have him look like he's flying? But $60, this is a fun set for any Fantastic Four fan. Now onto Rebrickable Mock is the Confrontation on Weathertop by Grinch_Aphel's Welcome. It's exactly 1,000 pieces, and you can purchase the instructions for $5. Now, for any Lord of the Rings fan, you know exactly what this is. Weathertop is when Frodo is confronted by the 9 wraiths, and they are kind of marching up and trying to take the ring, and he gets stabbed with the Morgul blade. Now, this is more of a display style build, so you can even put a little plaque on the front. It is a display style build, so you've got the minifigures kind of walking down into Weathertop. We've got 3 around that are the ring wraiths, and then Frodo laying down, holding out the ring. And there's great rock structure showing the decay of Weathertop. It has a circular style of base leading into, because it sinks down in. There's different broken statues and the minifigures itself. Really cool. You can even add Aragorn in there and have him throwing the flame into one of the faces, having it catch fire. Really fun to defend Frodo. But having a display like this, I wish they would do scenes like this for Lord of the Rings, like they have done for Star Wars, because there's so many iconic ones, and this one is perfectly captured. And only $5. Highly recommend you go check it out. Link in the description. All right, everyone, that's all I have. Thank you again for tuning into this week's podcast. I appreciate each and every one of you continuing to support me in my continued journey, and I'm excited to see what this new chapter looks like. All right, everyone, I'll leave you as I always do. get creative, get out there, and go build something.